Hello, welcome to another episode of Cultural Magazine, where we like to get you the latest cultural events taking place around the nation. Let's go take a look at this episode.
We are now at the gallery of the artist Dr. Muhammad Al-Madani. The gallery is all about textile art. Textile art is a craft that uses fibers to construct decorative objects. Textiles have been a fundamental part of human life since the beginning of civilization.
المعرض يعني تجديد في أعمالي، لأن أنا اقتربت كل الأعمال الفنية المختلفة من طباعة وسلك سكرين وتصوير.
The gallery is all about carpets. It is a new different one. I'm always keen on showing different artistic works in my galleries. I give the factories my designs in order to form them. My drawings are full of colors. They embody the essence of Sufism. I believe that the artist should love people. I'm a university professor and my relationship with my students is great. I am trying to create the essence of creativity inside my students.
Muhammad Al-Madani, he has a very long history of art. He's a specialist in techniques. He has his own characteristic, identity. He knows exactly his tools and how to use this tool to express himself and express his society. His background as a professor of art give him this support to explanation his art. I mean, every exhibition through last years, and I am all the time with him, I see a development. This time, he is express his philosophy through carpets technology. He's talking now using the carpet to express the society, the anthropology, also the religious aspects. As we see in the exhibition, he used some surahs from Holy Quran. He used some characteristic from theories and anthropology from society. And also that time he changed totally his way to express himself, using totally another material. His color, as usual, very fun, not realistic. His color, we can say metaphysics. He used a fully colorful painting, and he changed the painting or the way he expressed himself to the carpet. Of course, he doesn't make this himself. He used professional carpet men from Kirdas, I think so, or from so and so. And now he share with the society to produce his art. This is in this floor what I see more or 50% of this. Okay, okay, okay. Most of this painting or carpets actually exhibit before in last years or in 3 years before. But today, the difference between that time and today, the technique, the new technique, you can talk about this. The last floor or the second floor, he makes something for popular, for the people, for families. And the auction named it painting for every house. And the actual very cheap. He wants to share the society to give his arts. Muhammad al-Madani, character in arts, character in culture, one of the soft power in Egypt these days.
Okay, and how do you see the textile art movement in Egypt?
Actually, we have a history of that. We have a heritage. From Pharaonic, we have textile works and techniques from 7,000 years. This is not new. The new, the subject, the objects, the color, and the way to use this culture using the modernism or using the ultra-modern even.
And finally, what would you like to tell Dr. Muhammad al-Madani?
I tell him in this age, go ahead. Of course, he is more 70 years and he's still young in his thinking and his creation of art, and wish him a very long life in art and in life, inshallah.
معرض متميز، معرض بيعبر عن اتجاه في الفن التشكيلي اللي هو الاتجاه الكوفي، الاتجاه الصوفي في اللوحات.
The gallery is great. The choice of colors is amazing. Drawing on carpets is very difficult. His works entail a blend of different elements. May God grant Dr. Muhammad health. I wish him all the best. I have learned a lot from him. He is such a great artist. We are waiting for more beautiful artistic works.
Today, the gallery is one of the most unique galleries I've seen so far in the Opera House, because I'm a photographer as well as being an engineer on the side, and what attracts me to this exhibition is particularly the bold colors and the compositions of the textiles. Obviously, great artist with great taste, Dr. Muhammad al-Madani. He's one of the best in that field in Egypt. He's very good at blending the Arabic or the Oriental character alongside the English or the Western sort of flavor. So this blend is extremely unique to Dr. Muhammad Madani's art. The colors are extremely bold, they are very artistic and very high contrast, and he has a very nice sort of color palette that he uses. This is what really attracts me to this exhibition and the art in particular today. It's a pretty small but growing industry, it's art, And this industry essentially has always been concentrated in sort of Mahal al-Kubra and always sort of the thing that really makes Egypt or the Oriental West, Oriental and the West extremely unique. And essentially what Dr. Muhammad Madani adds to this great artist to this new field is the concept of uniqueness to the Egyptian character, blending in the Islamic character along with the Egyptian character and along with the Western character. And I find this to be extremely unique and exquisite, and I think there's a lot to be seen in this field. He definitely has a very unique choice. If you look at his blues, he likes to use multiple palettes of blues in the same textile. Sometimes when he mixes in very different colors, you can very clearly define the color, very bold, very high contrast. Definitely doesn't use subtle colors, that's for sure. And this is very unique of his character, and you can immediately tell Muhammad Madani's a piece of art from any other artist.
Keep doing the great work that you're doing. It's excellent. We always want to see that kind of quality and art in everything that we do. You definitely inspire us all, every young artist, to great work, and thank you for all the work you've been giving us throughout the years. Thank you.
الحقيقة يعني في عراقة كده مصرية، في إحساس بالواقع المصري، في إحساس بالمجتمع المصري.
The gallery is amazing. It is all about textile art. It reflects the great Egyptian art. The artistic works of Dr. Muhammad are very beautiful. I attended many galleries for him. I love his art. It is one of a kind and it reflects the reality. This gallery is different from any other gallery. Dr. Muhammad used to hold galleries about glass and pottery, but this time the gallery is all about textile. He made the designs himself. May God grant him health.
From the Gomhariya Theater tonight, we are attending the distribution ceremony of the prizes for the 22 annual painting competition of Glimpses of India, which is themed on India and held in Egypt in order to give an opportunity for school children to research and showcase their work. right now Mr. Rakesh Kaura, Director of the Indian Culture Center. Thank you so much for being with us on Nile TV, sir.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that a lot of students are here with their parents and teachers, and they are winning the awards at the Glimpses of India painting competition. The Glimpses of India is a painting competition that we have been doing for the last 22 years, and it's to create bonds between India and Egypt, and inculcate among the students to awareness about India and their wishes to draw something from their hearts or from their homework or from their imagination. That creates, these are the founding years of children. And if they learn about some other country, it will be in their minds forever. This year was overwhelming response we have received this year, which we broke all the previous year's record. This year, last year 2015, there were 4,700 children. But this year we broke all previous records, and it was more than 10,000 children from 1,092 schools participated, and we had 13 venues, and 6 venues were out of Cairo. There's a Luxor was in the Upper Egypt, and then we had Alexandria, Ismailia, Port Said, Mansoura, Fayoum. See, we have different categories for Cairo, Giza, and different governorates. But we also have a separate category for the governmental schools and the private schools, because we can't combine both the schools together. The level is different. And also we have a separate category for the national institutes. And for different governorates also, this is preparatory, secondary, and primary. They have different categories. So in each category we are giving awards to 5 children. First, second, third, and fourth, fifth awards. See, these are so important to have engagements with children and with young people. That is if you want to engage with the new generation, I believe that is a create foundation for both the countries. That creates bonds between both the countries, and I think that will remain in their mind, that at one stage in their life they have won some award, and not only the children, but I believe the families are also attached to their celebrations and to India and Egypt.
Now we are at the art gallery exhibiting the work of hundreds of students who spent their 2-day competition working and drawing on these paintings for an impression on India. So stay tuned with us.
Oh, it was lovely, the paintings over here, the glimpses of India. The kids have really done a fabulous job. I believe there were 10,000 kids who participated in this painting competition. And what the paintings which we see over here are like really, really beautiful. I think it's a beautiful step forward between the countries, that we get to know each other's cultures to a large degree. We are exposed to different cultures across the borders, across the seas. And I think there's a beautiful interaction and a friendship which is always there between Egypt and India.
I'm so privileged, I feel honored and very excited, and this is my very first time trip to Cairo, Egypt. And I find that, there's some similarity between India and Egypt. Both our civilizations are ancient and we have a rich cultural heritage. So I think it's like in India and Egypt collaborating with each other. I sang my most famous song, which I'm very well known for in Bollywood, called Sajna Bhi Jaha, and I pay tribute to the famous, the very, very big star, the film star Shah Rukh Khan. So I sang songs from all his films. So I did a medley of Shah Rukh Khan songs. Amazed. I mean, I've been looking at all these paintings and gazing at them. The way they have sketched out Lord Shiva, who I personally worship very ardently, and you know, the temples and the mosques. There's one lovely painting of and an Indian standing together. I think it's amazing. I have not seen something like this ever. It is absolutely fabulous and a great tribute that they have paid to India, really. This is important because this is like an exchange of culture when Egyptians are actually sketching and making glimpses of India. That means they know, they're learning more about India, and the other way around. When Indians are sketching and talking about Egyptian culture, they are learning so much more. And I think for me, this trip is going to be a learning trip. I will learn so much more about Egypt.
Our cameras are always following the latest cultural events taking place around the nation from different art forms such as music, photography, painting, whatever it is, we like to follow it. Let's go take a look at what our cameras captured for you this episode. Egyptian Salon for Photography is hosting an annual exhibition, where they display the best of their art form and they show each other their work. Let's go take a look at the exhibition and see what they have.
Actually, I've joined the Egyptian Salon almost a year ago, and I've participated in a couple of exhibitions. This is maybe my second or third one, and it's about the theme of the exhibition this time is about emotions, different emotions and different reactions. My photo today is a kind of the style of it is called street photography. This type of photos actually are honest photos, or what we call candid photography. It's just when we are just taking a photograph in an instant moment with no posing. We don't ask people to pose for photograph. We just take them at the time they're doing or practicing something. Or yes, this style of photography is called street photography. It's a type or a subtype from photojournalism, where the photographer actually goes to the street and he just takes photos, instant moments or candid moments where the actual subjects are not aware of what's happening. They're just performing, doing their activities as regular, as normal, without any acting or without any kind of being artificial. So this photograph that I took, it's one of the outlets of the natural gas. Every now and then people, here unfortunately in Egypt, they suffer from this natural gas shortage. So I went there into one of the outlets. I managed to get this shot. A lot of people were standing there. Some are standing in the queue, some are in the chaos, some trying to jump the queues and with different expressions and emotions. Some are just spending their time talking to each other, having fun, while some are suffering. As I said, this was about street photography. This is one of the types of the photography I'm interested in. In fact, I'm interested in landscape photography, people photography, and portraits. But this type is actually taking my attention recently because I found that it's very, very honest and sincere. People behave very naturally. You don't have to make any activities or any abnormal behavior or posture. So when the actual photograph is actually expressing what really has happened. So I hope you like it, and I hope I will be able to participate more in future exhibitions. By joining one of these clubs for photography, for amateur photography, you learn a lot, because I myself show my work, they show their work, and we interact together and we exchange our ideas and our comments. Because they may comment on my photograph, they give me the weak points or the good points, so I can improve myself more. And this is better than working on my own without just taking photograph, showing it to my friends. But when we actually join or we participate in these exhibitions, we have a real impact on our work, because most of the photographers here are very senior and experts. So it's very nice and honorable to work with them and to receive their comments and to share their comments and knowledge.
Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more on Nile TV.